Welcome back to First Step to Love, a clean, no-spice, cozy romance novella with rom-com humor by Lani Evans. Don't forget to subscribe and give this chapter a thumbs up if you're enjoying the story. Your support helps me bring you more green flag romance with humor and heart. Now, let's head back to Asheville, North Carolina, and pick up where we left off with Lila and Desmond. Chapter 3. Lila. I arrive at the Bent Creek trailhead 20 minutes early, partly because I'm anxious and partly because I spent half the night checking and rechecking my backpack. My hiking boots still feel stiff, but at least I know I'm wearing them correctly, which is more than I can say for Desmond when he pulls into the parking lot in a shiny Subaru that probably hasn't seen a speck of mud yet. I have to press my lips together to keep from laughing when he steps out.
Good morning,
he calls cheerfully, apparently oblivious to the fact that he looks like he's prepared for a month-long expedition into the wilderness. His backpack is literally twice the size of mine, with various items dangling from carabiners. And tell me that isn't a small frying pan. Planning to cook breakfast on the trail? I tease, pointing at the pan. He glances over his shoulder, looking slightly embarrassed.
The hiking website said to be prepared for anything, though now that you mention it, I might have gone a bit overboard.
Just a bit, I agree, watching him struggle to adjust the straps of his enormous pack. You do know this is only a 3-mile loop, right?
Is it too late to pretend I totally knew that?
He grins sheepishly, and something in my chest does a little flip. Must be nervous excitement about the hike. I step closer to help him adjust his pack straps, trying not to notice how he smells like coffee and something woodsy. Here, let me show you how to wear this properly, unless you're planning to start a new hiking trend with that backward look.
I was thinking of calling it reverse chic,
he jokes, standing still while I fix the straps.
Though I have to admit it's more comfortable this way.
As I'm showing him how to properly secure the chest strap, a group of experienced hikers pass by, their lightweight gear and confident strides making Desmond's overpacked ensemble even more conspicuous. One of them gives us an amused look, and I feel oddly protective. Ready to hit the trail? I ask, stepping back and pulling out the map I printed last night, even though I've memorized this route from all the times I've dreamed of hiking it. Desmond nods enthusiastically, takes one step, and promptly trips over his own boots. This is going to be an interesting morning.
Hope we're not late.
Sarah's voice rings out across the parking lot. She's walking toward us with Jake, one of our regular morning customers from the coffee shop and our local outdoor gear shop expert. Perfect. Leave it to Sarah to think of bringing someone who actually knows what they're doing. Perfect timing, I say, relief flooding through me. Not that I was particularly nervous about hiking alone with this stranger. Okay, maybe I was a little nervous. Desmond, this is Sarah from the coffee shop, and Jake, our resident mountain guru. Jake raises an eyebrow at Desmond's expedition-sized backpack, but manages to keep a straight face.
Nice setup you've got there, man. Planning to summit Everest after this?
Is it that obvious?
Desmond laughs, taking the gentle teasing in stride.
I'm beginning to think maybe I overdid it with the gear.
Just a tad,
Sarah comments, adjusting her simple day pack. She shoots me a knowing look that I deliberately ignore.
But hey, better over-prepared than under-prepared, right?
Jake steps forward, his experienced eye sizing up our little group.
Mind if I take the lead? I know this trail like the back of my hand.
Please do, I reply, secretly grateful for his presence. Despite memorizing the trail map, having someone who's actually hiked it before makes me feel more confident. We start down the trail, Jake in front, then Desmond, still occasionally stumbling over his boots, with Sarah and me bringing up the rear. The morning sun filters through the trees, and I pull out my camera to capture the way the light dances through the leaves.
So,
Sarah whispers as she falls into step beside me.
this is the guy from the coffee shop? The one who couldn't figure out his hydration pack?
Shh, I hiss, though Desmond is too busy listening to Jake's explanation of trail markers to hear us. He's nice, and at least he's trying.
Oh, he's trying all right.
Sarah smirks.
Trying to impress someone, maybe?
Before I can respond, Desmond interrupts our whispered conversation.
Hey, Lila, is this one of those photo-worthy spots you were talking about?
He's pointing to a small clearing where the morning light creates a perfect spotlight on a cluster of wildflowers. Despite his obvious newbie status on the trail, he noticed something I almost missed while deflecting Sarah's teasing. Actually, yes, I say, moving forward to capture the shot. The light is perfect right now. As I frame the picture, I can feel Desmond watching with genuine interest, while Sarah shoots meaningful glances at Jake that she probably thinks I can't see. We set off again, and somehow Desmond has gone ahead of us and disappeared around the bend, leaving our sight. Sarah and I look at each other, rolling our eyes. If this trail wasn't an easy one, he might meet his demise out here.
Guys,
Jake calls from up ahead.
you might want to see this.
We round a bend in the trail to find that Desmond's frying pan has somehow worked its way loose from his pack, leaving a trail of camping supplies behind us like some kind of outdoorsy Hansel and Gretel.
Oh, man.
Desmond groans, his face flushing as Jake helps him gather the scattered supplies.
I swear I attached everything just like the YouTube video showed.
Was it perhaps a video about what not to do?
Sarah teases, helping to collect a wayward camp towel. I bite back a smile and quickly snap a photo of Desmond trying to stuff everything back into his pack. When he looks up and catches me watching, I shrug. For the hiking blog. I'm going to call it What Not to Pack for a Day Hike.
You're starting a hiking blog?
His face lights up despite his embarrassment.
That's awesome.
Oh, she's been planning it forever.
Sarah chimes in, ignoring my warning glance.
She just needed the right motivation to actually start hiking instead of just reading about it.
Jake finishes securing Desmond's gear, giving the straps a final tug.
There. That should hold until we reach the overlook. Speaking of which, we should keep moving if we want to get there before the good morning light disappears. Lila, you'll want to make sure your camera is ready for that view.
We fall into an easy rhythm as we climb. The trail gets steeper, and Desmond's breathing gets heavier under the weight of his oversized pack, but he keeps up a steady stream of questions about the local flora that Jake seems happy to answer. I hang back slightly, taking photos of interesting fungi and the way sunlight dapples the forest floor. Sarah says quietly as we navigate around a fallen log.
You know, he's kind of adorable in a completely clueless way.
I hadn't noticed, I lie, focusing my camera on a particularly interesting tree trunk.
Right.
She drawls.
Just like you haven't noticed how he keeps looking back at you.
Before I can respond, Desmond's voice drifts back to us.
Quick question. Are we supposed to go left or right at this fork?
Jake jogs up to where Desmond is standing, studying a trail marker with the intensity of someone trying to decode ancient hieroglyphics.
Left leads to the overlook. Right takes you on the 6-mile loop.
Oh, thank goodness.
Desmond wipes his brow dramatically.
I don't think my shoulders could handle another 6 miles with this pack. How do you all make it look so easy?
Practice.
Jake replies.
And significantly less gear.
And proper hiking boots that are actually broken in, I add, noticing Desmond's slight limp. He looks down at his feet sheepishly.
Yeah, I might have some blisters forming. But hey, at least I remembered to wear socks.
The bar is so very low.
Sarah mutters, making me snort. The trail gets steeper as we approach the overlook, and the conversation dies down as we all focus on our breathing. Well, mostly Desmond's breathing, which has taken on an alarming wheeze under the weight of his pack.
Almost there.
Jake encourages.
Just around this bend.
When we finally emerge onto the overlook, the view literally stops me in my tracks. The morning sun bathes the Blue Ridge Mountains in golden light, with layers of peaks fading into misty blue distances. My camera is already raised, capturing the moment before I even consciously think about it.
Wow.
Desmond breathes, dropping his pack with a heavy thud.
This makes the blisters worth it.
I lower my camera and look at him. Exertion is evident from the sweat beading on his forehead and his slightly mussed hair, but his expression of pure wonder mirrors exactly how I feel. For a moment, we just stand there, soaking it all in.
So,
He finally says,
think this would make a good first blog post?
"Maybe," I reply, surprised to find that I'm actually considering it. Though I might leave out the part about the runaway frying pan.
Please don't.
He grins.
That's the best part. Local man attempts hiking, creates first ever trail scavenger hunt with camping supplies.
Sarah and Jake have moved to the far end of the overlook, giving us space while they share water and trail mix. I pretend not to notice Sarah's not-so-subtle thumbs up behind Desmond's back.
You know,
Desmond says, lowering his voice.
despite my complete lack of hiking skills, I'm really glad I did this, even if I'm pretty sure I won't be able to lift my arms tomorrow.
I smile. Me too, though next time, maybe leave the portable kitchen at home.
Next time, huh?
His eyes crinkle at the corners when he smiles.
Does this mean I haven't completely scared you away from hiking with my stunning display of outdoor skills?
Let's see if you make it back to the trailhead first, I tease, but we both know I mean yes. Jake calls us over for a group photo, and as we squeeze together with the mountains behind us, I realize something. For the first time in months, maybe years, I'm not just dreaming about adventure. I'm actually having one, even if it's just a beginner trail. Sometimes the first step really is the hardest part, even if that step involves following a trail of dropped camping supplies. The descent is easier physically but trickier on the ankles, as Jake explains while we carefully pick our way down. Desmond has given up any pretense of dignity and is using his oversized pack as a conversation piece, asking passing hikers if they'd like to see any cooking demonstrations. Sarah sidles up beside me while I photograph a patch of mountain laurel.
So, coffee shop's going to be interesting tomorrow.
Why's that? I ask.
Because your hiking buddy there mentioned he works remotely and needs a good spot with Wi-Fi.
She waggles her eyebrows.
Guess where he's planning to set up his mobile office?
I nearly drop my camera. He didn't.
Oh, he did. He asked Jake all about our peak business hours and everything.
Before I can process this information, Desmond calls out from ahead of us.
Hey Lila, is this mushroom supposed to be glowing like this?
Don't touch anything! Jake and I shout simultaneously, hurrying forward. False alarm. It's just the sun hitting some morning dew. But Desmond's sheepish grin makes me laugh despite myself. His enthusiasm is infectious, even if it might accidentally kill him. As we approach the parking lot, our conversation shifts to post-hike plans. Jake, predictably, suggests our coffee shop, and I pretend not to notice how quickly Desmond agrees.
I should probably get some work done anyway.
He says, perhaps a bit too casually.
You know, since I'm still on Chicago time and all.
Right.
Sarah drawls.
Work? Nothing to do with our excellent coffee, I'm sure.
The parking lot comes into view through the trees, bringing with it the realization that this morning actually happened. I actually hiked. I took photos that weren't through coffee shop windows. I even have witnesses to prove it.
Thanks for not laughing too hard at my gear situation.
Desmond says as we reach our cars. He's struggling to extract himself from his backpack without toppling over.
And for the photos, you'll send them to me?
Sure, I reply, suddenly aware that Sarah and Jake have mysteriously disappeared for a moment. Though I might keep the frying pan incident as blackmail material. He laughs, finally managing to free himself from his pack.
Fair enough, so, see you later at the coffee shop. For work purposes only, obviously.
Obviously, I smile, feeling something warm and unexpected unfurling in my chest. Just don't expect me to let you hook up a camp stove to make your own coffee. Since Sarah rode with Jake to the hike, she caught a ride back with me.
Jake and I are just friends, and I don't want it to be weird,
she had told me. But that isn't the reason she abandoned the cute mountain guru she's been crushing on for months now. The drive is filled with Sarah's knowing looks and her endless commentary about cute tech guys who can't tell a trail marker from a tree stump. But I barely listen. already mentally composing my first blog post. Sometimes the best adventures start with all the wrong gear and all the right people. Even if one of those people brings a frying pan on a 3-mile hike,